mad.
What is up, everybody? It is me, ElusiveOwl here, and welcome to this requested reaction video. But I'm not going to be reacting to only one video. I'm going to be reacting to 3 videos back to back, and these videos are animated horror stories that I will be watching. So actually, when it comes to animated stories, or like horror stories that you just listen in general, I'm not bad on these. Because sometimes when I'm trying to browse certain videos and I can't think of what to watch or anything like that, and if these horror stories pop up in my YouTube suggestions, then yeah, I'll give these a watch and feast my ears into certain horror stories of different channels. And yeah, it's pretty interesting really, to get my eyes and my ears to grasp upon, you know. So who was this requested from? Well, this was requested from my good buddy of mine, which is Cosmic Feather. Shout out to you, buddy. I have a feeling that you're going to be watching this because you are the one who sent me the link to all 3 of these animated horror stories. So I've no doubt you'll be watching this, or I'll send you the link on Discord when I finish reacting to these. But yeah. So yeah. Well, pretty much, me and Cosmic have both been reading a webtoon together before she suggested this to me, actually. We were both reading this, one of the most popular webtoons going today, and it's called School Bus Graveyard. Yes, so shout out to any SBG fans out there, because yes, she got me hooked into the School Bus Graveyard lore into it as well, and I have finished season 2 of that story of School Bus Graveyard, and well, I'll talk a little more into it and then I'll get back onto the related topic on this video. But yeah, but if you don't know what School Bus Graveyard is basically like 6 teenagers who go to this school, and then they go on this field trip into Savannah. And then when they're on their trip into Savannah, it takes a drastic turn then for the worse. And when I say that, there's like these big, creepy phantom-like creatures that you could say, if you've seen the character Venom off of the Spider-Man franchise, it's kind of like them. It's kind of like them. Or if you want to, you could say these phantoms are like walkers off of The Walking Dead as well. But yeah, there's specific characters that you need to be keep in detail in your head about, especially the main protagonist character, whose name is Ashlyn. She plays a huge important role into that webtoon comic itself. And there's like 5 other characters that I can name off in my head. You know, there's Aiden, there's the twins of Taylor and Tyler, Logan, and or did I say Ben? I don't think I said Ben. I think I said, yeah, Aiden. The twins, Logan and Ben. All those kids that are jumping into a very traumatic roller coaster. And let me tell you, they do go in for a traumatic roller coaster in this webtoon. So if you haven't checked out School Bus Graveyard, check it out. I recommend it. Check it out. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Let's get back into this video, or videos that I will be reacting to, because Cosmic has sent me free. She sent me 3 videos, 3 stories of the animated horror story to watch. She told me that there's no jump scares. I hope, because I can't deal with jump scares at all. I absolutely hate jump scares. But yeah, she sent me 3 horror stories which are called The Pine Creepers, The Worm, and The Devil's Rock. So we got 3 videos here, and it gets progressively more minutes as the videos go on. Like the first video is on for 12 minutes, the second video is on for 15 minutes, and the third and last one is on for nearly 23 minutes long. And these have gotten pretty good views in the past 3 to 4 years. Let me check when the first video, Pine Creepers, came out. Nearly 4 years actually. 2022, 7th of October. Yeah, during Halloween month. So yeah. In the description, it's only very short. It says, in the summer of 1995, 3 friends ventured into the woods. So, get your popcorns, get your drinks. I don't have any of them, so I'm probably going to go through this video with dehydration. Nah, I'm kidding. I've had a huge chunk of drink before doing this video, so I'm good. But yeah, let's get the first video started then. This is the Pine Creepers, the American Horror Story, bro. Yeah, there was a show. Not that I've watched it though, but I've heard from people, I think in my school at the time, because I think there were a couple of people that said that American Horror Story was quite an interesting show, and quite extraterrestrial. Well, I guess it is like extraterrestrial if it has like aliens and other shit in it, I guess. But yeah, not that I've checked it out or anything, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, let's get this first video started nonetheless then. This is the Pine Creepers, the saying it again, the animated horror story. And yeah, let's get this started then. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'll never forget the summer of '95. I was 13 that year. A heat wave had set in, making it one of the hottest Julys on record.
Oh. You tell me. It's been hot here in the UK in the year of 2026.
Most of the time, that was fine. At night, a breeze
identical here.
off the water, so just an open window was usually enough to cool things down and sleep pretty comfortably. But not that summer. That summer was different. Some of my friends and I had taken to camping outside to try and escape the heat. Jordy Baker, Augie McLean, and me. I don't know if it really made all that much difference. I think maybe we just liked being together. That made it easier to get through. I can't remember the first day I met Jordy. We lived on the same street in our small town, and we did.
I want to say this animation is giving me a little Steven Universe vibes. Rebecca Sugar, shout out.
Augie was a quiet kid back then, but you wouldn't know it when we were alone. So much so that his big mouth got us kicked out of my backyard. Dad had to be up at 5 for work, and he didn't exactly appreciate Augie's high-pitched laugh the same way Jordy and I did. There was a clearing in the pines behind Jordy's house where we used to hang out sometimes, so we decided to set up camp back there. An old, rusted-out Buick Century marked the spot. I always wondered whose car that used to be. Back before it became part of the woods, I mean.
I'm reacting to these videos past midnight as well, so the timing is right. The timing is right for these videos.
We cleaned out the broken
for the
glass
scary
and
ambience.
by the neighborhood teenagers. We made a fire pit out of one of the wheel rims Jordy managed to pry off. The mosquitoes out there were ruthless at sundown. Dry, prickly needles covered the ground in a thick blanket under the trees. The only thing I hated more than that feeling under my feet when I wasn't wearing any shoes was the crunching sound they made whenever I was. It wasn't all that cozy of a spot, but at least it was private. A place far enough away from the rest of the world that we could stay up all night laughing and no one would care. Jordy had skimmed some beer from a case in the basement that his dad was working on. 4 bottles of lukewarm lager to share between us. Not exactly a blowout, but not enough that Mr. Baker would miss him either. I don't drink much beer these days, but even just the smell of it always brings me back to that night.
A camping trip outside would be fun, but you're camping in the forest.
That half a sip of beer must have gone right to Augie's.
And you hear like, I don't know, Bigfoot stories or any type of stories of different varying creatures in the...
At some point, Jordy brought up what happened to Pike Lister.
And it makes you want to bat your eye away. Cooper.
Pike was 2 grades ahead of me in school, and he probably failed a couple on top of that. He was big, and everybody was scared of him. On a Friday, that past November, Pike left school after his usual extra hour of detention to walk home. And that was the last time anybody saw him.
Damn.
The search lasted for weeks. They never found anything. Some people said he just took off, ran away from home. Others thought he might have drowned in the lake accidentally. Not Jordy, though. I listened quietly as he laid it all out. How his dad said it wasn't the first time something like this had happened around here. How back in the 70s, 4 people disappeared without a trace. And how around that same time, locals had started seeing something in the woods that wrapped around our town. Pale creatures with large eyes and long limbs creeped around on all 4s.
Oh God.
The pine creepers.
Pine creepers. Title card.
Anyway, Jordy figured that's what happened to Pike. The pine creepers must have got him. I laughed them off and eagerly changed the subject. We ended up burning a couple more sticks before letting the fire die and heading to bed. One of us could take the back of the Buick, and the other had to sleep in the tent with Augie. To call it a 2-man tent was being generous. I offered to bite the bullet, or at least that's what I let Jordy think. I'd never admitted at the time, but the truth is, all that talk about the creepers had me a little scared. Augie's snoring and spooning seemed like a fair price to pay if I didn't have to be alone outside. After all, if they could take Pike Lister, what chance did any of us have? I'm not sure what time it was when I woke up. It was still dark out, and I could hear rain coming down outside. For the first few minutes, I just laid there, listening to the steady sound of the drops against the tent. It wasn't long before I realized that beer had gone right through me, and I wasn't going to be able to hold it. I fumbled around until I found the lantern, and I made my way outside. The night air had cooled down a bit with the rain, which felt nice. The whole sky was clouded over, blocking out any light from the moon or the stars. My eyes finally started adjusting to the dark. That was when I noticed it.
Pine creepers?
Something catching the light just beyond the edge of the clearing.
Oh, hell.
Dim, reflective shine that flickered as I moved the lantern.
Uh-oh.
It took me a second to realize what I was looking at. Eyes.
Oh my
It was hard to
goodness.
see much of what those eyes belonged to. I knew what they were.
God, they look like hobgoblins.
Pine creepers.
Oh. Golly.
My pulse pounded in my ears as we stared each other down. I carefully started backing up, never once looking away. I wanted to turn and run so
They look like them
bad.
little creatures from Moana.
One step after another.
But more taller.
I got back into the tent as quickly as I could without making much noise. Maybe if I was quiet enough, those things would move along. I thought about waking Augie, but didn't want him to freak out and draw attention to us.
Yeah, no.
Seconds passed. Nothing. The rustling of the trees, and the calm drone of the rain. Just as I started to think that maybe I'd overreacted, maybe my mind could be playing tricks on me.
Yeah, you could be suffering from rainforest hallucinations.
The crunch of those needles.
Oh, hell.
There was something moving around outside the tent.
It's a Bigfoot. Oh, God. Oh, they're circling around the tent.
I did my best to hold my breath.
Like a pack of wolves.
The worst part of it all was I knew Jordy was out there, alone. I kept telling myself he wouldn't wake up. He was safer in the Buick. That I should stay still, stay quiet. I laid there, and I kept listening for what felt like forever. I was too scared to do anything else. I never woke up Augie. I never called out to Jordy. I never did anything.
The animation is very nice.
The hours passed, and I must have fallen asleep for a few minutes, because the next thing I knew, the birds had suddenly started chirping, and even from inside the tent, I could tell it was getting light out. I gathered any bit of courage I had, threw the sleeping bag off, and gave Augie a shove. I climbed out of the tent first, but he wasn't far behind me. Part of me believed that the pine creepers were still out there, just waiting for me to slip up. When I saw the Buick, I got this awful feeling in the pit of my stomach. It was empty. Jordy was just gone. On the way back to his house, I kept telling myself, we'll find him there. He just got up early and he wanted the comfort of his own bed.
Well, those creepers were circling around the tent. They may have spotted the car afterwards and probably opened the boot.
The whole town was in a frenzy looking for him. I never told anybody about what I saw that night. Not even Augie. Nobody would believe me anyway. I've played it over and over in my head. I'll never forget the summer of '95.
End story.
That was the year Jordy Baker went missing.
Damn. Ooh. Well, I'm certainly getting into the ambience now of these horror stories. Ooh. Wow. The Pine Creepers. So I'm taking that these stories are based on true events as well. We got these three friends that have ventured out into the forest one night, and then they heard about this student in the 70s who had detention and then got let out, and then he was never to be seen ever again. And then there's these three friends that had a camping trip, and then you got this guy who comes out in the middle of the night, shines the light, and then you see these creatures in the night that look different shaped and whatnot. Kind of like how I described the phantoms earlier, just before I've started the videos. Because if I were to describe the phantoms in School Bus Graveyard, imagine that, but they're just a bit smaller, but without masks as well. They don't have the masks, but they are covered in black and everything. So pretty good start to this story. Good creepy storytelling, I must say. So yeah, very good story. I like these kinds of stories. I do, even if it was animated, or if it was like an audio drama type of audio telling story as well. I don't mind those, as long as they don't have any jump scares in them. Then I'm fine and all. But it's just that I'm watching these with lights out, with the TV on, in my bedroom, and I'm just snuggled up cozy in my bed. Might have earbuds on as well, and I'm just like looking to my left and right slightly, and I sleep next to the window as well. So it's like, oh god, there might be like birds trying to knock in the window, or like leaves from the trees that might just brush across the window and whatnot. So it's like, oh, that's kind of, it's got a scary ambience from where the situation is, of what I'm watching, and where I'm at the location and whatnot. So yeah, it's kind of creepy there. So yeah. Anyways, we're on to the second horror story, and this is called The Worm. So it's got me thinking of that SpongeBob reference with the elastic ball worm. Remember that? Shout out to the OG SpongeBob fans out there. Anyways, let's get this second story started, shall we? Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. The Worm. Right after these commercials. Go. And this one came out a year later, on the 13th of October. Ooh. 2023. You know what they say about that specific day itself? Unlucky for some. Might be unlucky for this kid. Oh. Oh! Voice acting this time? That's cool. So it's not storytelling, it's voice acting. Love it. That's something I see less of when watching or listening to horror stories. It's voice acting. And I'd love to see more of that. What is that in the distance? Yeah, that's not, oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I thought I saw something odd there between the two lights there in the middle of the street. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Hoo-hoo.
Sparrow Moon was not at all what I thought she would be. I wasn't given much time to go over her case file before our first appointment, but from what I had read, I half expected some kind of uncontrollable monster to walk through the door. She wasn't anything like that. She was quiet and guarded, smaller in person than what I had imagined from her photograph. A perfectly normal 17-year-old girl. That made it even harder to believe she was capable of doing the things that she did. She was the last surviving member of the so-called Woodfield Five, a group of kids all from the same remote northern town who suffered a series of unexplained, at times violent, mental breaks. Clinical notes suggested some kind of shared psychosis, though unlike anything I'd ever heard of in my 20-year practice. By all accounts, Sparrow had an unremarkable childhood. No indications of behavioral difficulty, good grades in school, active social life, no family history of mental illness to speak of. Her mother had been part of some offbeat spiritual commune years earlier, but had left that behind when Sparrow was quite young and eventually remarried. There was nothing to suggest any kind of underlying trauma or abuse, though as you come to find in my line of work, that's not always so obvious. The only path to understanding what really happened in Woodfield was Sparrow herself. And that would prove more difficult than anyone anticipated. I learned very little over the first weeks of our sessions together. Sparrow was often uncooperative, careful never to allow the growing familiarity between us to weaken her resolve. I was not as strong. I became unreasonably attached to her.
Okay.
The endless medical diagnostics revealed nothing we didn't already know. She barely slept. The scratches on her arms were self-inflicted. And aside from high blood pressure, she was physically healthy. No one was certain about what exactly was wrong with her. And she was getting worse. The weeks turned to months, and I was running out of time. The courts had determined that unless I could demonstrate conclusive progress in her treatment, Sparrow would be transferred to an isolated psychiatric ward out of my care. I could have walked away at that point. I probably should have. But what I wanted, what I've always wanted, was answers. After all that we'd been through, she wasn't a kid to me anymore. She wasn't a monster either. She was a puzzle to solve.
She was a tool to salvation.
Sodium pentothal can be administered to induce something called narcosynthesis, a state between asleep and awake where the subject is highly suggestible. In most places today, the practice is frowned upon. Normally, I would never consider such a treatment, but given the circumstances, my options were limited. I knew full well that this could risk professional censure, perhaps even my career itself. That didn't seem to matter at the time. After the injection, Sparrow was brought to my office. We were left alone, and I asked her to count backwards from 10. Though before she even got to 5, it was clear she knew something was wrong. Her breathing became shallow, and her eyes darted around rapidly. She began talking about a mist coming into the room that only she could see. She could hear a voice from within it calling to her. The drug had disoriented her to such a degree that I don't even think she recognized me. Sparrow's small size and chronic fatigue made the dosage I administered tricky. She drifted in and out for several minutes. When lucid, I redirected her, asking if she could tell me what the voice she heard was saying. After a long pause, she finally whispered, "Little bird." At that point, Sparrow was not interested in answering any of my questions. She just spoke, and I listened. She said that it knew. It knew that was what he used to call her. The old man. But the voice wasn't a man's. It was something else. She said it comes with the mist. That it takes things from you and it grows, adding to what it's taken from others. It eats you from the inside. She didn't know its name, but called it the worm. As Sparrow lapsed into unconsciousness, I was left with more questions than answers. I arranged to have her return to her room and resigned myself to the idea that I might never get the chance to understand the truth. That I had failed. I destroyed the records of our last session to prevent the review board from finding out what I had done. It was over. Or at least, that's what I thought. It was that night the dream started.
Oh my god.
Wait, come back.
Oh god. Oh, the mist. Oh god. Oof. Oh.
Sparrow.
She's saying brother. Oh. Ah. Oh my god, it's an extra. Oh my god. Into the mouth you go. Oof.
Every time I go to sleep, it's the same.
Oh.
It doesn't really matter how the dream begins. Eventually, the mist will come. And with the mist, always comes the worm. Just like she said it would.
Yeah.
You can't run. That
You
never
can't
happens.
hide.
It won't let you. The best you can hope for is that you wake up quick.
Yeah.
Before it begins to feed.
Feed on you, feed on your mind.
At first, I told myself that it would go away. It could be a simple anxiety-induced aberration brought on by the stress of dealing with the case.
No,
But it
he's
was
probably
soon
going
obvious
to
that
feel the
wasn't
same way as how Sparrow felt.
it. The nightmares didn't stop. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. It wasn't long before my colleagues began to take notice. Things got so bad I had no other choice. I called in every favor, pulled every string I could, and arranged access to Sparrow at her current facility. I needed answers more than ever. And she still had them. I almost didn't recognize her at first. She looked strong and alert. A stark contrast to the tired girl that I had spent all that time with. I didn't have to ask any questions this time. Just by looking at me, she knew all too well what was happening. We sat down, and Sparrow Moon gave me what I needed. The worm is some kind of parasite. A pathogen, an ancient thing passed from host to host, manifesting in their dreams,
Yeah.
feeding on their deepest fears. It will not stop. Always hungry for more. It won't kill you. It doesn't want you dead.
No.
It wants what any good virus
It wants you to suffer.
to propagate, to be passed on, to be fed. Sparrow tried to hold it inside of her, to protect others. She thought that if she could fight it long enough, it would die with her. She passed the worm to me the same way that it had been passed to her. Just by telling me about it. You have to believe me. I am sorry for this. Now that I've told you, I don't know when, but sooner or later in your dreams, the mist will come. And with the mist, always comes the worm.
Golly. That was really good. That was good. That was really good. That was good. Whew. And you know what? It's ironic. Her name is Sparrow. And you know what they say, as the old saying goes, the early bird gets the worm. She was unfortunate enough to get the worm at first. She was unfortunate enough to get it. And no matter how this investigator did, with 20 years of deduction and investigations and all that stuff a detective would do, there's nothing that could be done to be deduct about this type of plague that's going on. Because once you are infected with this like phobia, from what they described here, what was it, a narcophobia or something like that, which means that you are half awake, half asleep, and you want to be awake, but you want to sleep as well at the same time. Like, your body just wants to shut down, but if you shut down, the parasite that's in your mind is going to take control and just feed on your mind and give you nightmares constantly, over and over and over and over again. So, yeah, so this was quite a good, scary story on that, on the details of it and everything. I'm going to have to be careful on how I sleep tonight as well when it's past midnight. Because you know how the saying goes, don't let the bed bugs bite. And if they do bite me, maybe it will infect my mind and I'll have nightmares about giant escape-eating bugs just roaming across the streets and just infecting the whole town. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm looking at the CCTV camera outside now. Not that I've... I have seen something a bit creepy, but it was just a spider web on the top of the CCTV camera, just kind of looming about on there. And why did I react to that? Why did I react to this at this time now? Oh God, I'm kind of regretting it, but I want to see the last story because I'm really getting into these stories now. I really am. But yeah, we'll have to clean that cobweb out in the morning. So yeah, okay. So this is the last horror story, and this is called The Devil's Rock. The Devil's Rock. So let's jump into this one for the third and final story. And yeah. Okay, here we go. And before I do get on to this video as well, if you are enjoying these stories, give this video a thumbs up as well. And if you are enjoying my reactions, give this video a thumbs up as well. And yeah. And once again, big shout out to Cosmic Feather for giving me these horror stories. Each stories have been good. Pine Creepers was good and scary. The Worm was really good. I especially enjoyed watching that. And The Devil's Rock, can this be any more better and more scary? Well, we're about to find out. So, this came out last year. And the description says, Teenaged runaway Haley finds herself stuck on a large boulder in the middle of a backcountry cornfield along with Logan, an injured farm boy. The mysterious creatures that are lurking among the crops will attack anything that enters, but strangely refuse to venture outside of the corn themselves. Stay away. Stay away. Do not venture into the cornfield, or you'll be plowed down by a combine harvester. Anyways, let's get the third and final story underway then, shall we? And here we go. This is the Devil's Rock, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. I wonder how much time it took for this to get made as well, for those 3 videos. Because it must have taken a really long time. These videos, the animations have been absolutely fantastic. I'm definitely subscribing to this channel as well. Definitely. Ooh. Kind of like a predator sound effect then. With that sound.
I think we know.
Oh, jeez! Yeah, you can't trust those fake reliefs then. You can't trust those. You can't trust those.
Don't worry. You're okay. They stay in there. They won't come out of the corn.
But your friend's dead though.
It took a few minutes to really sink in after he pulled me up onto the rock.
Here we go, story
All
time.
of it happened so fast. We've been on the run for a while when Laura stole that car. She didn't realize how little was in the tank. So we were
runaways?
stuck up the back roads for easy gas to siphon, and I saw the truck left out at the edge of the field. Should have been easy enough. Those things hiding in the crops, whatever they are, came out of nowhere. I don't know how long the boy had been stuck out here exactly. I didn't ask. Days maybe. Long enough for him to be fairly sure the things that attacked us wouldn't come out from the corn. We were safe up here. Or at least, I was. He was hurt. Even though he tried to hide it from me, I knew it was bad once the sun came up and I could see how much
I was
blood
thinking
was
about
going
those
on.
bloodstains then. Where'd they come from? From him?
Either way, we were both in serious trouble. These roads are dead quiet almost all the time, so there's no way to know when help might roll around, or if it even would. The old truck belonged to his grandmother, who he had come out looking for. They lived alone, just the 2 of them. There was nobody else who would notice they were gone. Not anytime soon, anyway. The way he spoke made it clear that he didn't know if she had made it out or not. I didn't have the heart to tell him about the body I saw sticking out of the dirt as we ran. What was left of it. I could hear Laura crying from somewhere in the corn.
She's still alive?
Exactly how far out she was from the rock. Sometimes it sounded like she might have been close enough for me to try something. Anything. Maybe I could have helped her. The boy didn't think so. He told me he ran track, 100 meters in just over 11 seconds, all county record. Those things in the field were faster than him.
Yeah.
They'd be faster than me.
11 seconds to them mean nothing.
There, but didn't seem to
Doesn't
care
matter if
anymore.
it's a record.
Or maybe they left her on purpose, trying to lure us back in. After a few minutes, her cries turned to moans, and eventually stopped.
She died?
My phone has no service this far out. To be honest, I wouldn't know what to do, even if it did. Who would I call? The police?
Ghostbuster!
Not after what we've done. Maybe I deserved this, but I doubt the boy did. He saved me, and he didn't have to do that. For a while, he kept his gun close and me at a distance. I'm sure he knew that I had no good reason to be in that field before dawn.
Oh, it's his
He
leg.
didn't say it outright.
It's his leg that's
Some
bandaged.
hours into the day,
That's where all the
a bottle
blood's
of water
coming from.
my pack convinced him to let me get a bit closer. After he had a drink, I used some to clean him off. His leg was injured pretty badly, so I ripped up my shirt sleeve to wrap the parts that looked the worst. And we both went back to quietly waiting for someone to come along. I offered the boy a cigarette at some point. My lighter was gone. Must have fallen out when I was running through the field. He had one though. One of those gimmicky rabbit's foot things. Said he didn't smoke, it was just something he kept for luck. It had belonged to his dad, who had died a long time ago. We have that in common, I guess. I can't help but think his luck has pretty much run out. By sunset, we hadn't seen a single car pass by. I've never been very good with being stuck in one place. There were moments that night when I thought about just climbing down into the corn and crawling off as quietly as I could, even if it took hours to reach the road. Or maybe I'd just run for it. Screw the all-county record. See if I could make it out before those creatures could take me. I would have thought they had to sleep sometime, but those deep, shaky howls they made every few minutes were a constant reminder that they were still out there, ready for me.
Yeah, I think those things will take shifts, I think. You got monsters that'll work on the day shift and monsters that'll work on the night shift.
The later it got, the easier they were to make out. Dark shapes and blinking lights cutting across the sky, leaving behind long trails from one end to the other.
I like seeing those
High
from
up enough that they'd
aeroplanes.
never be able to know we were even there.
Leaving the trail behind
I kept hoping though.
that will spread across the
next
sky.
one that came along might be flying low.
And seeing that in this animation form as well is stunning.
I would imagine one of the people on board had the power to send help, to get us somehow out of this goddamn field. I knew that was stupid to think. That nothing like that would ever really happen. Still, felt nice to hope though.
Notts County Police. And they're driving past. Darn. Oh, he came back because of that car. That's just. What's she gonna do? Is she gonna call out to that policeman? You would think it'd be wise, but then again, he could get in there and get himself killed.
Hey, over here!
What are you doing?
Hey, over here!
No.
Kids.
No, you idiot!
No.
No,
You idiot! What are you doing? What are you doing? No! You shouldn't have called out that policeman. Oh no! And now he's in the crops. He's in the crops. Oh no. No, don't walk back. Don't walk back. Don't go back. Oh my God, yeah, they killed her. Oh, they killed her. Oh, they killed her, all right.
Come on out of there.
Oh, they did a number on her. They're gonna do the same on you. Ay. Oh. And
We ran out of water sometime after the sun came back up, and I could feel myself getting weaker as the hours kept dragging on. The boy had it worse. He was tired, shaking sometimes. And the blood, he'd lost a lot of it. I tried my best to keep him awake and his mind off the pain. We talked about anything we could. Our favorite movies, the music we liked, how I moved around a lot as a kid, and how he had never even been anywhere else. He'd spent his whole life in this one town. He said his grandmother told him this all used to be trees and stuff at one time. But the night the rock fell from the sky, it cleared this whole field. Back then, to remove it would have been more hassle than it was worth. So they just planted around it.
huh,
Everybody called it the Devil's Rock.
the Devil's Rock.
No one really knew why. Or if they did, they just never said.
Huh.
The crops here grew like crazy though. As if the land itself had been changed somehow. There were always rumors about the field. Stories people told. How every 17 years, when the summer is particularly warm and the rain is heavy, very bad things happen here. The boy grew up hearing them and thought that's all they were. Stories. He never took them seriously. At least, not before those things in the field appeared, anyway. What the hell are they? Why won't they ever come out of the corn? I guess it doesn't really matter why. Maybe they don't even know they can. How would they if they never had? We're right here. It would have been so easy to take us if that's what they wanted. All they had to do was something different. By late afternoon, the boy was talking less.
Oh no.
Sometimes we would just stay quiet, listening to the wind and the corn, the distant thunder rolling in, the creatures howling. Sometimes I would talk. Maybe it was the way that he looked at me. Like I wasn't a bad person. Maybe it was because he reminded me so much of my dad. Maybe it was because some part of me knew we were both going to die anyway. Whatever it was. I told him everything. I told him about that stupid camp up north I was sent to. How me and Laura escaped. How we held up a Q-Mart in Hamlin County. How I needed the money and how nobody was supposed to get hurt. How I didn't know the gun was loaded. And how it just went off. I told him about how after I ran. Kept running. How it felt like if I could run fast enough, it wouldn't catch up to me. What I did. I told him everything. Almost everything. I never told him that I took the money.
Oh.
I left that part out.
Oh my god.
So, that's it, I guess. I know it won't change anything, but if anybody ever hears this, I want to say I'm sorry. Sorry for all of it.
Oh, she did it all in a audio log. She's gonna make a run for it as well.
Holy shit.
What's going on?
The creatures, that sound they make, they're calling each other.
Okay, so?
So, I can use it.
Use it? For what?
To
A
bait,
head start.
to bait them in. Yeah. Do that.
Here,
Can't hear it playing though.
for luck.
Thanks.
I'll slow them down if I can.
Oh, it's gonna play right now. There you go. Yeah, and then move into the sound. And now it's time to move. Yeah, just go, 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 go. Run. Oh my goodness, they are fast. More faster than him. Yeah, you need to go. He's out bullets as well. Did she get out? She got out. She got out of the cornfield. Oh, she's filling the the gas up. No, she's... Oh, that money could help him for his leg. You don't really... Oh, no. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Golly, I didn't think she would be so cowardly and do that. Oh God! Quick, get in the car! Get in the car! Oh, she's alive.
What are you doing?
Somehow.
I don't know. Something different.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, interesting. So they can't get into that open field. Burn it. Burn it all. Burn it all. Burn it all. Burn it all. Oh, even the scarecrow too. And all those creatures in it as well. Ah, burn! Burn, you sadistic creatures! Burn! Burn! God, it's like a wildfire down there. Which I know is being...
They'll see this from town.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm done running.
Ship! Another brilliant story. Another brilliant story. Oh, right. I'm subscribing to this. I'm getting the bell on so I can keep notified on all notifications. You should do the same on my channel as well if you want to consider subscribing, of course. But yeah, there we go. Devil's Rock. Yeah, wow. Amazing story. Amazing story. So we started with 3 groups of friends then, but one unfortunately got killed out in the crop fields, where there is lots of deadly creatures there that roam around in the crops. How did they get into the crop fields? Well, it came from the boys' grandparent saying like there was a tree and then something dropped and then I think it was a rock that dropped then, and they called that place, since they went around it, they called it the Devil's Rock. So yeah, that is a place where you should never go to. If it's something that they should never go to, and of course investigators or detectives and whatnot haven't ventured into that place, so there wouldn't be like any road signs, or to say like caution, deadly creatures in field and whatnot, because they wouldn't have travelled down that far to see the creatures there, except for those kids that were the first witnesses to the crops. But then the copper was there to get the kids out of the crops, and he was going to be like, bloody hell, kids, what are you doing out there in the cornfields? I know it's typical of your age to do silly stunts like this, but you should be back home doing whatever you kids should be doing, and staying out of dangerous things. But he was in a whole load of danger himself as he entered into the cornfield. He suffered the same fate as that first victim did of that poor girl. That got all mutated and everything. Just, wasn't a pleasant sight. But, yeah, it was the narrative story was quite good. But there was a bit of plot twist at the end when she said that she took the money. She took the money from her trip, and when she left the cornfield on her own, when she diversed the plan and everything, she was going to use the money for herself. But there's a poor guy there with his leg like stitched up, still bleeding, and he would be out there in the cornfield slowly killing himself to death for those. And if his body does linger and it just slides out of that rock, those creatures are going to have a feast for that body. But she made a very wise choice. Just ran through the barricade of her car, drove through the cornfield, and got that boy into the car. Well, actually, she didn't get him into the car. She drove into the cornfield to take care of the creatures. Left an open passageway for them to get out, so that the creatures can't enter into that open air field. And they both huddled their way out of there, and the gas was it was leaking. The gas lead, it was spewing gas, and then she threw the lighter on it, burned the car, that exploded, and it burned everything in the crops field. It burned all the crops. It burned it burned the car, it burned the scarecrow, and most specifically, and most importantly, it burned all of them creatures out there in the field as well, including the two mutated victims, unfortunate enough to suffer that fate from those creatures. So, yeah. But nonetheless, very good story. Absolutely love that story. So in terms of in order of what I loved, and I wouldn't say like least loved, because I enjoyed all three of them really, but if I were to go in an order of which I really liked to what I liked, I would say number one, well, I'll go from 3 to 1. Number 3 would be The Pine Creepers. The Pine Creepers was a good story about 3 teenagers who were camping out in the middle of the forest, and we see the details in the pine creepers and whatnot. Second, I would go for The Devil's Rock. The Devil's Rock is a very good story, and we had 2 deaths in that one. And the details on the bodies were quite gruesome, and everything, and thought we were gonna have a well. I did like the plot twist at the end, but she drove back onto the crop fields and saved the guy, and huddled back and burned everything into the crop field. So I really like that story. And number one, it's got to be The Worm. The Worm is a very good one. The Worm is a very good one. You hear this story and it's a story that could possibly keep you up at night. It might keep me up at night. I'm not too sure. Because I am reacting to this past midnight and all. But The Worm and this phobia of a disease. I mean, once you catch on to this disease and everything, you're gonna have nightmares constantly, day in. Well, not days, but like night after night after night after night. You're gonna constantly have nightmares. You're in a dark areaed room, and then that worm is gonna feed into your mind every single time, and it's gonna keep on eating you. It's gonna keep on eating you. It doesn't eat you physically. It does not eat you physically, but it eats you mentally. It eats you mentally in your head, and it's gonna drain you. It's gonna drain you until your body is gonna go absolutely limbless, and something bad could happen to you, and you could eventually die. But that's what makes these stories so fascinating. It what makes it very fascinating. So yeah, I really like the Worm story. Really like the Worm story the most. In terms of the ambience, the animation, of course, the characters in there, the storytelling, yeah, pretty good. So yeah, all three of them were pretty good, but The Worm was my number one. So yeah, once again, thank you so much, Cosmic Feather. These have been absolutely amazing, and if they do more, then, well, I'll be reacting to more of these for you guys, because I am definitely enjoying these. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone, nonetheless, for watching my reactions to the Don't Walk Home Alone After Dark animated horror stories of The Pine Creepers, The Worm, and The Devil's Rock. And if you have enjoyed my reactions to these videos, then make sure to hit the like button down below. And if you're new to my channel or check out more of my videos, then you can by hitting that subscribe button and then that notification bell for more updating content when I upload my next videos. Don't forget to check out all of my socials. They'll be linked down below in the description. The link to my second channel is called ElusiveOwl Gaming. If you want to check out all my gaming content from there, I'll leave that down below in the description. But I have been posting gaming videos onto my main channel, so if you want to go ahead and watch those, then you can. I'll leave these original videos as well down below in the description as well, all three of them. It's by Don't Walk Home Alone After Dark. I'll leave those three down in the description for you guys to check them out. And leave your comments on what you thought about those videos. Did you enjoy them? Did you not? Let me know your overall thoughts in the comment section below. And with all that being said, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now. And try not to have any nightmares.